Hello everyone, how are you all? Now we will start the next topic. Where did people live? Now, firstly, I'll read the line and then I'll explain to you. Now, let's start. People have lived along the banks of this river for several 100,000 years. Earlier, people used to live on the river bank side. Why? Because there is a sufficient water which they need as always. People of the earliest people who lived here were skilled gatherers. Why skilled gatherer? Skilled gatherer means a group of peoples where they lived together and then they killed the animals and eat their flesh. Now, they knew about the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding forest and collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce for their food. What they will do, they will collect the fruits, roots, and other plantation, and then they will eat and make their own food. They hunted animals as well. Now we talked about Suleiman and Kirthar hills, which is on the northwest side. Firstly, men and women, they lived there and they grow the crops, which is wheat and barley, about 8,000 years ago. And if we talk about the Vindhya range, there they have grown the first rice which is in northeast side. Now we talk about the Indus River and tributaries. Indus basically is a river, and tributaries means a smaller rivers that flow into a larger river. Means all small rivers connected to a larger river. About 4,700 years ago, some of the earliest cities flourished on the banks of these rivers. Later, about 2,500 years ago, cities developed on the banks of the Ganga and its tributaries and along the sea coast side. Now, we talked about the Ganga and its tributaries. Ganga, as you know about it, earlier they were named as a Magad, which is lying on the state of Bihar, and their rulers were very powerful and make their own large kingdom. Throughout, people travel from one part of the subcontinent to other. The hills and the high mountains, including the Himalayas, desert, rivers, and the sea, made journeys dangerous at that time, but never impossible. Means earlier, people used to go by these areas like mountains, desert, rivers, seas, which is very difficult for them, but never impossible. Then, beside, merchants traveled with caravans and ships and carrying valuable goods from one place to another, and religious teachers walked from village to village, town to town, stopping to offer instruction and advice on the way. Why peoples were moving one place to another? Because the caravans, people wants to do a trading, and for carrying goods and services they want to give. That's why they were moving one place to another. And finally, some people perhaps traveled driven by the spirit of adventure, and perhaps some of the peoples wants to adventure their life. That's why they were going one place to another and discover a new and exciting journey or places, we can say. Now, our next topic is, why do people travel nowadays? Hills, mountains, and seas from the natural frontiers of the subcontinent means उप महाद्वीप, छोटे छोटे जो महाद्वीप होते हैं. Whilst it was difficult to cross these frontiers, इनमें से जाना बहुत ज़्यादा difficult होता था. Who wanted could and did scale the mountains and cross the seas. Means you have to cross the mountains as well as the sea, which is very difficult for you. Peoples from across frontiers also came to the subcontinent and settled there. And peoples were settled there because of the difficult journey. This movement of the people enrich our culture traditions. People have shared new ways of carving stones, composing music, and even cooking food over several hundred of years. Now, our next topic is names of the land. Now, in this topic, we talk about our country name, India, or we call it Bharat. Now, firstly, India. The word comes from the Indus. That word, India, comes from an Indus word, which is we used in Sanskrit as Sindhu. Irans and the Greece came here, and as you can see in the northwest side, about 2500 years ago, that Indus and the Greece peoples were familiar with this word. Which word? Indus, which they used to say Indos or Indos. With this word, they named as a India, our country. And Bharat, a group of people who lived in the northwest side, west side में जो लोग रहते थे, जो ऋग्वेदा में भी जिनको मेंशन किया गया है, ठीक है. इफ यू विल सी योर कंपोजिशन इन संस्कृत, अगर आप संस्कृत की अपनी कंपोजिशन देखेंगे जो आपकी 3500 ईयर्स एगो पहले है, उसमें से ये भारत नाम आपका कंट्री में आया है. नाउ फाइंडिंग अबाउट द पास्ट. In this past, we learn about manuscripts and the inscriptions. First, we talk about the manuscripts. What is manuscripts? Manuscript normally, which is a written record written on a palm leaf, bark of birch leaves. Bark of birch leaf means जो पेड़ की जो छाल होती है उसमें लिखना. Okay? And this is a soft surface. ये soft surface होते हैं which can be damaged or destroyed at any time. How? Like insect can eat. Okay? और someone has destroyed. बहुत सारे ऐसे रीजन होते हैं जो आप इसको डिस्ट्रॉयड कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, इंसेक्ट डिस्ट्रॉयड कर सकते हैं, आप कर सकते हैं. ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट्स को इजीली डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं. बट some are left जो बच जाते हैं, which has been kept in the temples or religious centers or for the practices. बहुत सारी चीजों के लिए इसे संभाल दिया जाता है. Now we talk about the inscriptions. Inscription basically, inscription is a written record which has been written on a hard surface like a stone or a metal, like coins. ठीक है, tools. ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं which you can use for it. ठीक. Now, earlier, king wants to write their battles or war on the inscriptions. Why? Because it is a permanent record. ये आपका permanent record रहता है and nobody can be destroyed. इसे कोई भी destroy नहीं कर सकता है. ठीक है, and it has been used for a longer year. और इसे आप लंबे समय तक के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं. That's why it has kings wants to use for as a inscriptions.